Previously on the Josh Zodiac podcast.
That is exactly what I think they're doing. This is the only way they could find to get Finn Balor into the main event because he's not letting this go. Clearly, that's where they're leading this to. So I guarantee when they fight in Chicago, with any luck, it's a really, really decent match. I got a feeling that Roman Reigns is going to come in, interfere, and then it's going to be like, you know what, motherfucker, you didn't have to interfere. You didn't have to throw your 2 cents in. Now, and of course, you're going to have Finn Balor pissed off because his opportunity got thrown away.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what do you do in a situation where you have 2 people fighting for a title and somebody interferes? Triple threat time.
Triple threat.
Which means no disqualification, which means the main event at WrestleMania is going to be fucking awesome, in my opinion, if they go that route.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the greatest podcast you've never heard of. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Josh Zodiac podcast, the podcast that has no real agenda and no real script, as far as you know. This is the podcast that doesn't care what pom-pom girl says. You don't do certain things for meet and greets, and we will talk about that here in a bit. But before we do that, let's introduce the co-host. Of course, he's the creator and the host of the Charles Richardson Show, none other than Sir Charles. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me, sir.
Damn. Wow. It's nice to know my mixer still works. And, of course, the repeat movie viewer, the Psycho Nerd podcast, all the things he does, none other than the Psycho Nerd. Oh, I think
thank you, Crickets. You are awesome today, fellas. Thank you.
They all left. Elimination Chamber has come and gone. We're recording this Sunday morning. Some time to think about it, and I had to do a second rewatch just because I wanted to see, there was a lot of things going on yesterday when I was watching it. But before we talk about the Chamber, and by the way, fun fact, did you know in Germany they do not call the Elimination Chamber the Elimination Chamber?
Did not know that.
Think about that. Think about the Holocaust for a second. What were those big things? They were called Elimination Chambers. So in Germany, they're like, nope, we're not doing that. We're going to name it. I forget what they call it, but they call it something else. If you know what it is, put in the comments. I don't remember, and I don't feel like Googling it right now.
I did not know that, and I'd be interested to know what they call it.
But before we talk about the Chamber, there was a bit of news that happened yesterday before the Chamber went on air, and that was this is a tweet from X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, from a young wrestling fan named Ringside Pom Pom Girl, and it's a picture of her with Obafemi. He looks very happy. He's got the beads on. He's got a big smile. He looks all happy. So does she. But the smile on her face is so fake. Her tweet was as follows. My first and last picture with @Oba of WWE. Very disappointing meet and greet. Heartbreak emoji. BTW, guys, it's not just me. He won't do any special poses with fans. Hashtag Elimination Chamber. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag WWE Chamber. Now,
hashtag cry baby cry. Hashtag you're slut. Hashtag kiss my ass.
Hashtag wham.
Now, here's the thing. She put this on X to bitch and cry. Yeah. The IWC, the internet wrestling community buried her quicker than Triple H used to do back in the day. The IWC just destroyed her verbally. But the tweet that caught my attention was from former WWE superstar Ricochet, now known as Light Skin Kingpin. That's his X handle. I'm not making this up. It says, and I quote, "I wouldn't have done your dumbass pom-pom pose either. Rolling eyes emoji, loser."
Wow.
Oh,
Ricochet
wow.
wins the award for best reply tweet.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I don't want to be on this too much, but I do want opinions. Psycho Nerd, what is your take on this whole thing?
You know what? I mean, as wrestlers, I understand meet and greets. You are allowed to have pictures with superstars. That's fine. Okay, no, not a big deal. But that doesn't mean that the wrestlers have to do whatever weird out of left field pose that you want them to do. They don't have to do that. I mean, the most you typically get at an event like that, to my understanding, is you get the pose with them. Maybe you do like a finger gesture, whatever the hell. That's all you get. That's it. Be happy that you're there. You get to meet them. You get a picture with them to commemorate the whole thing. I mean, I remember going to WrestleMania, was it 25? And I got a few autographs and a few pictures. And it's like, you know what? Just be happy that you got that. I mean, you're getting to be superstars. Just be happy with what you get. And apparently that's somebody who's not happy with what they got at all. So, you know what? Just come on. Just be happy. Be happy.
Charles, anything you want to add to that? And I cannot wait to hear your opinion because yours is always fire.
I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little act here. I don't have any problems. You just have to pretend that you see him.
Okay.
Give me an H. Give me a W. Give me an H. Give me an O. Give me an R. Give me an E. What does it spell? Whore.
Subtle.
No, but that's actually calm compared to what he could have said. I'm going to put it like this. You should have just taken the L and not. You did more damage to yourself than the Obafemi by posting that he didn't do the pose with you. It's that simple.
Obafemi is the ruler. He rules you. He rules the shot, and he will rule until he goes away. He rules everybody he comes in contact with.
He will rule that ass.
By the way, Germany calls it no escape.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
We'll move on to the meat and potatoes of the show. The Elimination Chamber coming to us from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Normally a very visceral, loud, rowdy crowd in Chicago, but for some reason, they just weren't involved. It was a very lackluster, shocking. That's why another reason I wanted to go back and watch it the second time. I was like, maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something going on here that I didn't see. And nope, it was horrible. The crowd was horrible.
Well, what it was is this. Here's really what it was. If you take a look about 3 days before the event, there was still a lot of tickets up for sale.
Yeah, it's true.
And I guarantee you, they were passed out like candy to any crony that wanted to attend.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I did read somewhere that they were just giving tickets away at that point. They wanted it to be capacity. So we opened the show with the women's chamber match, which involved Kiana James, who, Jesus Christ, was popping out of that top. Apparently, she had a wardrobe malfunction during the show. Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, which was my pick to win. She also had a wardrobe malfunction, believe it or not.
So I heard. Yeah.
Quick little oops. Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton. Now, prior, and this is advice I should have taken for myself, and I said I wasn't going to put my picks out till after SmackDown because I've learned the hard way. Sometimes they add an extra match. Sometimes shit happens, which did happen on SmackDown, and we'll address that when we get to it. But Rhea and Io dropped the women's tag titles to Nia Jax and Lash Legend, I think is her name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have any gold. And seeing this, I should have changed my pick. I did not, because I like to think, and I know I'm wrong for this, that WWE would give somebody else a shot and not put Rhea in the title hunt yet again. Boy, was I wrong.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. The only 2 women in this Elimination Chamber match are not former champions. The rest of them are. So was Kiana James really going to win this?
No.
Even though she was kind of the MVP, she was all over the place in this match, and she showed that she can go with the other girls. So I give her credit. And Raquel Rodriguez, I wouldn't have minded her winning, but quite frankly, I feel like she had a bigger rivalry going against freaking Stephanie Fakir a couple months ago, or however long ago it was. But when they took that out of the equation, it was like, well, then where's the incentive? But then again, her against what the hell, Jade? They're both tall women. Maybe it could have worked. Who knows? We'll never know now.
Yeah, I agree. Raquel did look really strong. She ended up pinning 2 women at the same time, which I was like, did I just see that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen that in Elimination Chamber before.
Tiffany broke her nose doing the prettiest moonsault. She actually broke her nose. Whatever.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it and she wasn't the only person to get busted open. CM Punk got busted open during his match. So yeah, no worries.
Oh, he took, when he was trying to go for those sharpshooters, man, he took there was a boot there right to the face, and
yeah,
he gave a couple of her seats back.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't intentional. It does happen, you're kicking and you don't realize where you are. But ultimately, Rhea Ripley pins Tiffany Stratton to punch her ticket to WrestleMania. She will face Jade Cargill in Vegas for the women's title.
I'm the same way too. I'm the same way. I should have known, and I should have put the Lego pieces together.
Yeah.
The Rhea Ripley loses belt and should open up chance to get new belt. And yeah, but Tiffany lost her belt to Jade, and that's when Tiffany was kind of injured. It's like maybe the WWE will do the right thing and just give Tiffany another shot. But no, that's not it. So,
but
I was wrong.
My question here to both of you guys is, did the right woman win the match? I'll start with you, Psycho.
Honestly, I have no problem with Rhea winning. I mean, like y'all said, and I even said it myself when I made my pick yesterday. As soon as I found out she lost the titles, I was like, oh, that's it. She's winning. That's it. Why else would you drop the tag titles right before a big match leading into WrestleMania if you weren't going to win? Otherwise, why drop the titles? So that was why I picked her, because I freaking knew. Do I have a problem with it? No, I don't, because Rhea Ripley hasn't had the title in, 2 years ago? She dropped it right after WrestleMania because she was going to get married. She hasn't held the belt since, so I can't really. This is not a situation where I can say, "Oh, well, what the hell? She's always winning the title." It's like she hasn't held it in 2 years. I'd say
she had it last year. Actually,
was it last? I think was it last year or 2 years before? I can't remember how long it's been.
Yeah,
so it's been a while. And she hasn't really been in the title run since. So it's like, I do not have a problem with that, even though they could have given it to Raquel and they could have just been as interesting. But I'm not really surprised that Raquel didn't win, because there was no build up to this. But then again, neither was for Rhea. So this is a fucked up situation all around. So I'm going around in whirlwinds here. But yeah, I don't have a problem with her winning at all. I really don't. The best I can hope for is that their match at Mania will at least be interesting, whether Jay wins or retains or not. Which, has she even defended it one time still?
Just one time?
Just one.
Maybe two. Maybe two.
The people in the back, what are you doing? You're making Jay look weak. And she does. I mean, you're making her look weak, figuratively speaking. But, she doesn't look weak when you look at her. So. What are y'all doing, man?
Charles, anything you want to add to that?
I'm going to go ahead and actually agree with the Psycho, which is
rare.
I don't have a problem with Rhea winning. I wouldn't have had a problem with Raquel winning.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had a problem if Jade went ahead and fell off that goddamn balcony and broke her spine and couldn't wrestle ever again. I wouldn't have a problem with that because they don't use her. I mean, what the fuck is she?
Yeah.
I mean, where's she getting that money? Because she hasn't earned it in TV time. I can tell you that much. So, I thought Tiffany would have been the one to get back to it, but I'm okay with Rhea winning as well.
Yeah. I'm going to look at it like this. There was a couple of fumbles on this match. First off, when Rhea and Io lost the tag titles, Rhea was the one that was pinned, not Io.
This is true.
So they made her look weak. So you made her look weak and then throw her right back into the title hunt. I think that's a fumble in itself. And fumbling seems to be a new term in wrestling nowadays. You've got fumble, you got botch, and then bury, and there's a whole bunch of different words you can use. Alexa Bliss not winning was a golden opportunity to give Charlotte Flair another heel turn, because the jealousy would have been there for that. Like, well, how come Charlotte should have been quote unquote should have been in the chamber, but Kiana James stole her thunder. And if Alexa won against Jade, that would have built up some sort of storyline between Charlotte and Alexa. But realistically, Alexa versus Jade, it's a squash. Alexa's like a foot shorter than her. Raquel, I believe, would have been a nice, but then again, there was really no build up to it. But then again, neither there was for Rhea.
There could have been a build up though. I mean,
there could have been. You have 5 weeks to build it up.
Yeah,
we have a month and some change to build up for WrestleMania.
7 weeks, man. 7 weeks.
7 weeks?
7 weeks. They kept saying 7 weeks before we get Mania.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's a
right.
lot of that's a lot of build up.
Now,
a lot of opportunities.
I wasn't happy with Rhea, but the group that I was talking to online put it into perspective. Jade is still very green. She is not very good in the ring. If anybody can make her look good, it's Rhea. Rhea is really good at making people look good. She could help her sell. Do I think Rhea is going to win? At this point, I would rather she win than Jade keep it. The Jade experiment has failed. Let's move on.
And that's the writer's fault.
I don't think there's been any experiment, period. What are we talking about experiment? Yeah. Is Jade the fucking closet that the belt is hung in? Because that's about it. Jade, here, hold on to it while we figure out who's next.
Yeah. And that's sad. That's really sad. I feel bad for Jade because of that, because like I said, they make her look like a weak ass champion. It's not her fault.
You went ahead and put Jade as Queen of the Ring, which gave her the opportunity to go for the title. You allow her to win the title. What are we doing after this? What the fuck is going on? And then you have her retain one time, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And even that, it's like off and on appearances. I'm that bitch. Whatever.
She's not saying the whole line. She's saying I'm that bitch that never shows up to defend. But exactly. I don't write the promos. So
no.
But but again, Psycho makes a good point. It's not the champion; it's the people in the back, But then again, I got to put them in the talent too. I'm like, if you're dissatisfied with not defending and people talking the way they are, then go to the back and go, hey, put me in the ring, let me defend. Unless you just don't want to defend it, then that says more about you than about me. We don't know. We can sit here and speculate all fucking day.
You're gonna put it all right. So back to creative. You're gonna put a belt on somebody, have them show up. At least have them be on television.
Yep, 100%. The picks for these matches, I had picked Raquel. Both Psycho and Charles picked Rhea. I'm pretty sure those were last minute changes the morning of. So therefore, you gentlemen are on the board 1-0, and I am 0-1 going into the second match, arguably the worst match of the night. And I know that is hard to say.
Oh, for
the love that I have for my Irish last kicker, Becky versus AJ for the Intercontinental Championship.
Quit your crying.
Wow, this match was horrible. Now, granted, the promo between AJ and Becky the week prior was just as bad, if not worse. I still believe that this is too little too late. This should have happened 6 months ago. But it's WrestleMania season, so nothing has to make sense. But give it to AJ. She can't do that submission move like she used to. You could tell she was struggling with it a little bit. At least the first time she tried to do it.
There were struggles all over the place.
Yeah, agreed.
It was
on both sides.
And when I get my shot, I'll go ahead and go into it deeper.
But it's funny. On Twitter and Instagram, Becky is calling. And when I saw Becky come out first, I went, "Oh fuck, yep, she's not winning." And somebody in the group was like, "You don't know that." I'm like, whenever a champion comes out first, there's a pretty good chance they're losing the title. It's always a gimme.
The whole reason why AJ came out last because they're in Chicago. They're going to bring out her to end the introductions.
But it's funny because AJ's not even from Chicago. She's from Jersey. That's
right.
That's exactly. Funnier.
But still, she's
I know.
Chicago's adopted, like sister, shit like that.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know about cities adopting people that are not from there. I'm looking at you, Corpus.
I mean, even that she's still built from Union City, New Jersey. So it's like,
yeah.
That eventually, right?
Yeah. There was some controversy, so to speak. The turnbuckle got taken off. Jessica Carr tried to put it back on. She stopped Becky throwing AJ into the turnbuckle, but yet allowed Becky to hit said turnbuckle.
So Becky ran right into that turnbuckle. Don't even try to twist that shit.
But
she ran right the hell into it.
I'm just being Monday morning quarterback at this point. She didn't allow her to throw AJ, but she allowed AJ to throw Becky into it. Jessica Carr is a corrupt referee who has nothing nice to say about Becky. This is
a heel talking right here.
I know.
That's what he does.
Now, here's the thing, though. Actually, you know what? I'll let you guys talk about this, and I'll go at the end. Charles, what is your way on this match?
You know what? Psycho, go first.
Honestly, I don't have much on this one because, quite frankly, I tried to watch this match at work. And quite frankly, between constantly having to pause the match for being interrupted because people were constantly making me get up, and the fact that for whatever reason my tablet just kept on getting kicked out every 5 minutes.
I had to
every 5 minutes it was kicking me out for no apparent reason. At one point, they tried to tell me, "Oh well, you're not in this region," even though I look on Surfshark and it's on Canada, so it's like you're stupid. But the only thing about this match that I remember is the tail end of it. Like you said, the turnbuckle. Becky tried to cheat, didn't work. She ran head first into the fucking turnbuckle, and that was pretty much her downfall at that point. Now, y'all see that it wasn't that good of a match. It was it wasn't too great. I need to go back and rewatch it. I tried. I didn't get to do it. But otherwise, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that AJ won the match. This is not what I was expecting to happen. I thought that Becky was going to win. I thought she was going to cheat in some way, as Becky likes to do nowadays. Mr.
How dare you, sir?
Becky. How dare I? How dare I? Yes. Yeah. I thought that was what was going to happen, and they end up giving her the belt before Mania. Left field. Completely out of left field. Yeah. I did not see that coming. I didn't expect that. Usually when people wrestle in their home area, even though we already discussed that, but she is in Chicago now, usually they lose. So surprising.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where are they going to go with this now, because I thought they were going to save that wad for WrestleMania, but they've already splooged everywhere on this one. So where the hell do we go from here? Is it just going to be like a rematch at WrestleMania now, or what? I guess. Guess time will tell.
Charles?
So, here's my take on this whole thing. Becky should still have the title, as hard for me as it's
Say that again. I want to hear it again.
Becky should still have the title.
Oh,
it is. You do not, and I guess you can. But I'm just saying, in reality, you do not put a title on somebody having their first singles match in over 10 years. And by the performance of said match, it looked really clumsy. Yeah. It looked like a lot of fumbles. Yeah. It looked like Becky and AJ, and sometimes weren't on the same page on who was supposed to go down or where they were supposed to go down. Yep. It was a lot of ring rust on AJ's part.
going down.
Yeah, just taking a fall looked really complex for AJ.
Yeah, it did.
So to me, I think the wrong person won. I think this should have been an intro on welcome back, AJ, but you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it was not the right time to put the belt on AJ. Listen, I'm happy for AJ, you know, beating that, you know, red-haired trash. But at the same time, you know, I think the trash can should have held on to the belt a little longer.
What a
I
shit.
think Miss Hefty should have went ahead and carried it a little more.
John Cena is the spokesperson for Hefty, by the way, sir, not Becky. Just saying.
Hefty.
John
Whippy,
Cena's the
whippy,
spokesperson. He's the spokesperson of the item, and Becky is the item.
Damn.
Jeez.
I know we talked about this I think it was last week or the week before. The question was posed: is AJ ready? I don't think she was. I think, and this is going to be a hot take, and I know if people do comment on this, they're going to hate me for saying this, but I think this proves that AJ was not as good of a wrestler as we thought she was 10, 12 years ago.
No,
she was just.
I'm not saying that. If that's what you're saying, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, I think she has a lot of
ring rust.
Yeah, she just has ring rust. She needs to work it out, either Performance Center or, you know, they need to get in the ring with her and CM, or maybe her and some other female wrestlers and work on some spots. It's just ring rust. I think she was a hell of a wrestler, and she did face some very formidable foes. Don't even get me started on that.
Like Nikki Bella.
Paige was one of them. You know, Paige is really good.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's not like she hasn't fought against top tier talent, and probably talent that would probably take down Becky.
But my question is she going to be a part-time, or is she going to be wrestling full-time and put that title on the line the entire time she has it?
And that is my problem with her winning the title as well, because you know how I feel about part-timers winning belts.
Yep.
I hate it. So depending on how this plays out over the next few weeks, if she ends up being on TV or actually defends it on a regular, then I'll accept it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, listen, the reason why she was off TV is because she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
That finally, you know, she's going ahead and like, all right, we're going to start poking the bear, trying to get the belt and trying to make some moves and going on and on and on about it. We can do that now. If they don't bump her into a full-time schedule now, then that really loses a lot of faith in WWE.
Yeah, agreed.
This is the point where you go ahead. You are now full-time. You're pushed into that full-time status.
The rumors online that I saw after the fact were that they're going to put it right back on Becky at WrestleMania, and I'm like, why? Just let AJ run with it at this point, you know. We don't need her to be a 3-time Intercontinental Champion. The title's not even a year old yet.
Then
maybe it's less than a year old.
Then basically they're making everybody in Chicago happy with the win, and that's all it really was.
But is that really the right thing to do?
No, it wasn't the right thing to do to take it off Becky.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. But you know what? I do know that season 2 of Starfleet Academy just wrapped. So she's probably going to be doing the promotion tour for that. You know, it is what it is. You know, am I happy she lost? No, I'm not. But at the same time, the way that match looked, I would have just given it to Jessica Carr at that point. You know, she put on the better performance, in my opinion. Unfortunately, all three of us picked Becky, and all three of us fucking dropped the ball. So
nobody has any wah-wah music.
We are all 1-1. We move on to. Yep, there you go. There it is.
Sorry, my mouse wasn't working for some reason.
Yeah. We move on to CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I had to shut a couple people down. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna get the Demon." I'm like, "No, we're not getting the Demon here. If we get the Demon, it'll be at WrestleMania, and it needs to be a justification for the Demon to come out and play." This was a not as good as the match we got on Raw not too long ago, but it was a decent match. For what it was, Punk did get busted open. I think it was when he tried to put on the sharpshooter, and Finn may have, kicked back and oops.
Yes.
My bad.
He got it right in the chin.
He did. But to Finn's credit, he told Big Head Madonna and Dirty Dom to stay in the back, not to interfere. And to their credit, they did not. And CM Punk won clean, no interference. And then what I'm thinking about this is long-term storytelling right here. Finn Balor extended his hand to Punk, and they shook hands. This is going to piss off Dom because they're supposed to be a healed group, and Finn did a very babyface thing. Heels don't shake hands. They whoop ass. Or they shake your hand and they clothesline you. We've seen that a million times.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is probably going to set up something between Dom and Finn, probably going to WrestleMania, where early predictions are that Dom is going to lose the IC belt to
That's so
Finn Balor.
That's,
I don't know if I agree with that yet. Let's see what they do with it, see how they cook it. But Charles, what did you think of this match?
I liked it. I really did. I think the good moves on both ends. Lot of action. Yeah, it did slow down because listen, hey, CM Punk's an old man. You can see, so they had to go at some type of pace. But it was pretty entertaining throughout. I really enjoyed it. You got the coup de grace. You got a couple of GTSs in there. You got some sharpshooters in there. There were, outside the ring was entertaining. There really wasn't a whole lot I could really complain about. So to be honest with you, but I'm sure we have some complaints from the guy right below me.
Psycho, anything you want to add to that?
I mean, it was a subtle match. I mean, it did start out a little bit slow paced, but that's okay. They kind of stayed grounded. They were kind of using multiple different, submission holds, takedowns, stuff like that. So that's fine. I didn't have a problem with that. Maybe it takes a little while, like you said, for CM Punk to get the blood flowing. It's all good, but it definitely picked up as the match went on. I was impressed on how he put on the sharpshooter. That was nice. And then right away, as soon as I saw him holding his legs, I'm like, a sharpshooter? Really? We never see Punk use a sharpshooter. That's pretty cool. So that was a lot of fun. Sorry, Punk, for the whole blood thing, but you know what? Mistakes happen. It is what it is. This match, aside from because my prediction, I did say I was expecting some kind of interference to happen, but I'm surprised there wasn't. But
yeah, same.
I'm pretty satisfied how this played out. That I expected Punk was going to win. I did not see Finn Balor winning this match whatsoever. Now, I originally said that I thought this is going to be a lead-in to maybe him fighting a way into the main event of Mania, but after what you said, sounds like maybe that's not going to happen. Yeah. So I have zero investment in Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
I have zero interest. I'll tell you this right now. I'm not 10 years ago, and you'll vouch for this, Zodiac. 10, 15 years ago, I would have been like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm angry. I'm not watching WrestleMania. I'm not watching WWE no more.
Yep, 100%.
But to me, the now says, you know what? I don't care about this match. I am probably not even going to waste my time watching this match. I give two shits. I'm sick and tired of the same people going after the belt over and over in WWE. I'm sorry, but you've been doing it since the 80s. I'm looking at you, Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace. But 8 WrestleManias in a row, God damn it. 8 WrestleManias in a row, Hulk Hogan was in the main event. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even though technically it was like a double main event, but still take it for what it is. And then they found a way to hammer him into WrestleMania 9 and take away Yokozuna's spotlight. What the fuck ever.
Yep, that's true.
I'm tired of this shit. I really am. So I really don't care about that match at all.
I think the right man won the match. Punk needs, and again, you're not going to ruin what they've already said is the main event of WrestleMania. I would have liked for there to have been some shenanigans to kind of put Finn in that title match and go, oh yeah, well, you ruined the title match. Now it's a triple threat, but it is what it is. I think what they're going to do is they're going to put the IC belt on Finn and see what he can do with it. And what better way to break up the Judgment Day than to have Finn have a very babyface moment and Dom being just a full heel dick. So, I applaud that. Definitely applaud that. And probably the only storyline that's hopefully will be done right leading into WrestleMania.
And not the first time they've gotten on Finn for acting this way. This is not the first time. So
before we go into the men's chamber match, we have to talk about the crate.
The crate.
What was we all paid Punk, so yeah, we all and although me and Psycho did think there'd be some DQ, but there was none. Now we're gonna talk about the crate. They've been teasing this for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Does that mean you didn't agree with the crate there, Mr. Charles? Okay, fair enough.
I think he's officially cursed.
Yeah. Oh wow. What a play on words there. There have been people speculating that it was Chris Jericho. I thought it'd be something to do with the video game, to be honest with you. That was my last minute prediction. People were saying it was going to be John Cena or a bed full of money from Saudi. That was my first original pick, just being funny. That's not even close. But they pry it open. There's a casket. And of course, I'm thinking, the fuck? Undertaker's here? What the fuck is he doing? And then a bunch of paint-faced girls walk out. And then Danhausen comes out. And for those that don't know who he is, he was a AEW talent that didn't really wrestle a whole lot. He was like their equivalent of R-Truth. He just did funny shit.
Pretty much.
And the crowd didn't know who the fuck he was. And somebody in the chat that I was in brought up a good point that had he debuted on NXT, that crowd probably would have known who he was. But the casual WWE fan does not watch AEW or TNA or New Japan. They just watch WWE. There's nothing wrong with that. There's way too much wrestling on in the world for me to watch every.
It's just a lack of knowledge is all it is.
Yeah. And the crowd was like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't know a whole. And I told the group I was with, I'm like, I don't know enough about this guy to make an opinion on it, but I can tell you the crowd was not digging it. Do you think this is a good idea, Psycho?
I didn't even know that he was interested in coming to WWE. I mean, I do remember the guy when I did watch AEW. I thought he was funny. With any luck, he can bring some kind of that bit of comic relief to it. But it looks like they're actually going to let him wrestle more here based on his getup and the way they did his entrance and whatnot. So, okay, sure. Let's see where this goes.
Charles?
Ooh.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I had a feeling. Yeah, I had a feeling. The only thing missing from that, if they wanted to be comical, is a scene with Ron Simmons in the back, watching it on the monitor, and he's just like,
Damn.
I think that was the only thing missing from that. But you know what? We really shouldn't judge until we see what he does. Nobody got the crate right. And I did say if anybody got the crate right, they could lose. They would take away an L in the L column, but nobody got it. So nope.
I did hear at some point somebody did say a bunch of people in a random chat were talking about, oh, it's going to be whatever his name is, Damnhausen, whatever. And I was like, really? Like, okay, sure. We'll see how that goes. And it turns out he was right, or they were right. So what do I know?
But we move on to the main event, the men's chamber match, which actually changed on SmackDown. Jey Uso, thank God, got attacked backstage. And we had Logan Paul and we had Jacob Fatu going, I should be in this match. I should be in this match. So they had them fight it out at the end. Ultimately, Logan Paul won. And I think that was the right call because they wanted somebody from the Vision in there. And if you don't believe me, the after effects of this show will prove that it had to be somebody from the Vision.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, we had Logan Paul, Javon Evans, Trick Williams with them lemon pepper steppers, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and LA Knight. Now, I had originally said on my predictions, anybody but Cody. And thankfully I got that. But we'll talk about that later. This was actually a pretty good match. You know, I was actually hoping to get Javon Evans going to the top of the chamber, like the very top of the chamber, to try to fall on somebody, and then Randy Orton just RKO's him to fucking hell and gets the pin. But that's not the case. Logan Paul looked really strong in this, getting 3 eliminations.
Oh my God, MVP
now,
all the way.
But here's the thing: that was supposed to be Bronson Reed in that spot. So
true.
For Bronson Reed, it's like, okay, I expect that. Logan Paul, it's a little more impressive because he's not a big dude. He's very good at what he does. I just don't like him. Don't like Logan Paul, but he's a very talented guy. He makes it look easy. I forget who. I think it was Trick Williams had got eliminated, and then some random masked dude ran out, and it was not the masked man. It was somebody else. It was a decoy, just like what we saw on, I believe it was SmackDown.
Just the night before, yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was the night before, and it was one of the guys that Seth Rollins has trained in his wrestling school, which they identified that later. And then another masked man comes in, attacks him, stomps him, and then the mask comes off, and it reveals. And then we get the reveal. It is none other than Seth Rollins. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
I'm sorry. I think I called that a long time ago. That I thought
that wasn't a shock.
Be...
Not even a little bit. But you'll notice Austin Theory was nowhere to be found.
No, he was not.
He was nowhere near Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was like, "Oh my God,
it can't be! It can't be!"
Yeah. Which I'm like, oh, you came back for revenge, but half the vision is on the shelf right now. So
maybe that's why.
Well, he's been taking them out this whole time. So
Seth and Danhausen were working together and cursed the other two.
Damn. Ultimately, Drew. Fuck, I forgot. Drew comes in, interferes, claymores Cody, does his thing. He ends up getting an RKO for his trouble, and then a crossroads from Cody. And then Cody takes his eye off the prize just long enough for Randy to go, oh, RKO, 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton is going to WrestleMania. I am actually happy with that call because it wasn't Cody. Anybody else could have won that. Logan Paul could have won, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with it because it's not Cody. Now, Charles, did the right man win this match? He's thinking.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say that. You're right on the whole anybody but Cody. Man, what I would love to see Trick and Drew go at it. There's no story there, but yeah, I would love to have seen that happen. But I'd love LA Knight to go up against Drew. There's some story there. I wouldn't mind having that push, but I know politics is keeping LA down.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So, you know, Javon, damn, one day, kid, one day. That freaking move by Logan Paul, man, I'm surprised his neck is still on straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay with Randy.
Psycho?
Nope.
No, you were not happy with Randy winning it. Oh.
I was not. I'll tell you this right now. I was not invested in this match whatsoever, and I'll tell you why. Javon Evans, he's not winning it. Trick Williams, not winning it. And you know what? The track record speaks for itself. Why the hell are they not giving LA Knight a fucking push? How long has he been a top star in the company? How long has it been now? A couple of years now?
2 years.
2 years. 2 fucking years. Why are we not giving him a title push? Has he not paid his dues? Do we not think he deserves it?
Yep.
How many times has Cody been champion? Or how long was he champion?
3 times.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. I didn't want him winning. Randy Orton, 14 fucking title wins. Fuck you. Fuck you, WWE, for pushing the same people, like I said before, over and over again. I was not invested whatsoever. And once it got down to Cody and Orton, I was not invested anymore, even more so than I wasn't already. You know what? Like you said, Logan Paul, I would have been okay. Like, you know what? Okay, fine. You know what? That guy brings it every single time he hits that ring.
Yeah,
Like him or hate him, whatever it is, he brings it every fucking time. So you know what? I would have been okay. I don't think he would have put up that much of a great fight against Drew. That's just my personal opinion. But at least it would have been a step in a different direction, which is something that WWE doesn't know how to do.
Nope.
As
They're
far as I'm
relying on their
concerned.
older talent. They're not letting new stars come up and take the
They
spotlight.
really need to shift it into gear because you got three current talent, current stars talking about retiring very soon.
Yep.
So you better start getting people ready to go for the main spotlight.
So now you have a situation where you have the two men title matches that are happening at Mania, and I don't give two fucking shits about either one of them. And I'm probably not going to watch either one of them because I don't care. Do I want to see Randy Orton win number 15? No, I didn't care for the never seen 17. I didn't care.
How dare you?
I didn't care for it, dude. He didn't need it. It was unnecessary, in my opinion. But that's, again, just my opinion.
I don't like to disappoint the people on my show, but Psycho, you're about to be even more disappointed because you probably didn't see the aftermath of what happened in that chamber match.
I know that Drew McIntyre is pushed into a title match against Cody.
That's Nick Aldis pretty much is saying you have a title shot with Cody. The speculation is that it's going to be either a triple threat or a fatal four-way. It's going to be Drew versus Cody versus Drew, Cody, Jacob Fatu, and there was one other person. I forget who the fuck it was.
Probably Sammy.
No, God, no.
No. But I was going to say that too.
Drew will walk away with it though.
Yeah, but
more than likely.
I'm starting to see the light when it comes to how people saw John Cena 10, 15 years ago. He always had to insert himself into the title picture. This is Cody right now. Why are you, and you're getting ready to fucking leave to go promote Street Fighter. Fuck you. You don't need, if they're teasing that he's going to lose, then I'm okay with it. It'll be a decent match for what it is. Yeah. But it's just like, I don't need to see Cody versus Drew. We saw it. It was great. It was a 3 stages of hell match. I don't need to see it again, and I'm over Cody. We had a Cena problem. Now we have a Cody problem. And that's a direct line from the Wrestling Rewind podcast that I do. It's overexposure of Cody. I think that was more deserving of a title shot. Now, Javon Evans is 21. He's still new. He's not getting a title shot. Trick Williams just got called up to the main roster. If anything, he's going to probably beat, God damn it, the guy that's the U.S. champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes,
sorry. He'll end up beating him for the U.S. title, and he'll run with that. That's fine.
Well, that makes sense because they had that big rivalry in NXT, so that does make sense.
Logan Paul is a Raw superstar, so they're not going to give him a title shot just for him to break up the division and go to fucking SmackDown. Not seeing it happen. So the 3 logical choices were Randy, Cody, and LA, because LA can go back to SmackDown. That's where he came from originally. So that's not an issue. But I'm okay with Randy winning it. If he beats Drew, cool. If he doesn't beat Drew, it's better because I've been saying this since day one. If Drew can beat Randy, who is a 14-time champion, it will help legitimize the title run. That's just my opinion, though.
I think that's fair.
Now, nobody got this one right. Both me and Psycho had picked LA Knight. Yeah. And Charles put in a cheat code and put in Cody. So
because I had a feeling it's like politics were going to come into play. It's like,
that's fair. And that's fair. And that's legit. It's one of those things like it's who I want to win versus who should win. And we almost got Cody in another WrestleMania main event. And I'm like, dude, whatever. Hogan, Roman, Rock, whatever.
Well, I was going to say this earlier, but you know what? 7 weeks. It's like, as of right now, I don't care about these 2 main events whatsoever, but you have time, WWE. You have time to do something about this to give me something to give a shit about. Because right now, I give zero fucks about either one of these two matches right now.
What would they have to do to go ahead and make you interested in this match?
That's a valid question, actually.
I actually don't know at this point. I mean, I feel like the writing's on the wall. You've already cemented my irritation on both fronts. I don't know what you could do to fix either one. Maybe I don't know.
This is basically like you caught your ex-girlfriend having a threesome in your bedroom with the guy's jizz stains all over the bed, and it's like, I can't forgive you for this. You got to give me a reason to be reinvested in you. And it's like,
honestly,
no,
yeah, well, that's pretty similar. But I mean, I thought originally that they were. I thought originally they were going to hammer Finn Balor into the title picture and make it a triple threat. I would have been okay with that and him winning at Mania, because it feels like that's what all this buildup for the past couple of months has been about. Finn Balor finally getting the damn title back after a decade. And I'm okay with that idea, but I don't know if they're going to go that route.
But looking back now, maybe they need to do Dirty Dom needs to be knocked down a peg or two, because he's gotten a little too big for his britches. Maybe. And if they disband the Judgment Day, good, thank God. You know, it should have happened when Rhea and Damian Priest left, but it didn't. It just kept going,
and that's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
But you know, they got 7 weeks to cook, you know, and they better put some spices on there, because, like I said, I don't care. Just because Roman won the Rumble doesn't mean he's going to win. Just because Liv won the Rumble doesn't mean she's going to win. Just because Randy won the Elimination Chamber doesn't mean he's going to win. And just because what's her name? Yeah, Rhea won doesn't mean she's going to win either. So I'm taking that as a grain of salt. But the overall picks, both Psycho and Charles went 2-2.
So that means my record is still 50.
I didn't go 0 for 4, and I'm happy about that. I will take that any day of the week. But I went 3. Overall, I'm 3-5, and Psycho and Charles were 4-4. So batting 500.
Woohoo!
We don't care about that. I want to know the letter grade for this show. I've already got mine here. It's not changing. I've had time to think about it, and it's not going anywhere. Psycho, I will start with you. What is your letter grade?
Honestly, because I didn't really get a chance to watch the matches in there. I mean, the Elimination Chamber matches, both of them I saw twice each, because I wanted to take some notes on it. And I wanted to, you know, really take it all in, because I had a lot of trouble watching this fucking show last night. But the regular matches, I didn't really get a chance to really fully invest, because I was interrupted so many times that eventually I even texted you last night, like, dude, I'm taking a break because I can't get into this right now.
Yeah.
And I did not get a chance to go back and rewatch either one. So my grade is tainted, unbelievably tainted. So on the surface, I would say undecided, but otherwise, based on the 2 Elimination Chamber matches, I'd say a C.
Straight up
but
C.
I wouldn't, but take it with a huge grain of salt when I say that, because I need to go back and watch the other 2 matches and see what I think of them. So
you're pretty much doing what I did with Scream 7 is what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but it has nothing. Well, I guess it is kind of similar. Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Charles, what is your vote? What is your rate?
I got 5 rates, and I'm going to start on each. The Women's Chamber, I'm going to give a B. Okay. The AJ Becky is a D. The CM Punk, I'm going to go ahead and say B-. And the Men's Chamber, I'm going to give a B+.
Okay.
Overall, averaging, do that in the calculator, I'm going to go ahead and give it a C-.
I'm surprised you didn't give the Becky match a C.
Dude, don't be giving him ideas. Seriously. Do not give him ideas.
I am surprised you didn't go that route. Oh my God.
If Becky would have won, it would have been a DC. Dirty cunt.
Dude.
You're welcome, Zodiac.
You're welcome. I think I need to go on a hunt for a new co-host.
I did that just for you, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not fully invested in this show. And And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. It just doesn't feel like WrestleMania season right now. I'm not as hyped for this WrestleMania as I have been the past couple of years. And this show is none the different. I was just, I'm not invested. There really hasn't been a whole lot of buildup.
Is it because it's in Vegas for a second year in a row? I get it.
Yeah, but then again, they're doing triple threat matches to get into the Elimination Chamber. Just go back to the old ways where it was 1-on-1, and then the losers have a battle or like a fatal 5-way, and then the winner gets in. They used to do that. They don't do it anymore.
I like that. I really like the triple threat because anytime you can have an extra wrestler in there, it just kind of throws things so far. I like the triple threat.
I just think sometimes it's overused, and for some matches it makes sense. I'm over triple threat matches, but you know what? Maybe I'm just becoming
it up.
Yeah.
I can change it up, have a couple of singles matches, and then as we get closer, we do triple threat matches, emphasizing, okay, we're getting closer. We still got a few spots to fill. Let's give a few more women an opportunity. Change it up a little bit, make it interesting. But what do I know?
I was not gonna lie, I was on my phone a good part of this show when I wasn't kicked off from the VPN because it happened a couple of times, which happened. WWE is cracking down on VPNs, so I had to go to different countries, which is fine. I don't care. But my overall grade of this was also a C-. This now, to answer the elephant in the room, no, if Becky had won, the rate would not have been higher because that match was not that great. That match was atrocious and it's hard to watch. We're setting the bar low going into WrestleMania at this point. Setting the bar
kind of feels that way. Yeah. I'm not invested in WrestleMania whatsoever right now.
They have nowhere to go but up. And I'm not including the Danhausen reveal because that wasn't a match. It was just a reveal.
Yeah, really.
And
listen, if I had to include the Danhausen reveal, it went from a C+ to a D-, or excuse me, a C- to a D-, really.
Fair enough. Yeah, granted we have 7 weeks until WrestleMania, so we have plenty of time for shit to cook. But
or spoil.
Yeah, it's just anyhow.
How does the creative cooking staff want to go ahead and do this? Do they want to over garlic it, or do they want to go ahead and just let it spoil?
Fair point. This will conclude this review of the Elimination Chamber match. Coming up in the near future, myself and the Psycho will be doing the classic pay-per-view review. We'll be doing WCW Wrestling Spring Stampede 1994. So that'll be coming up soon. Probably a dead week in the middle of this WrestleMania rush that we're having. But that being said, Psycho Nerd, promote your shit.
All right. You can find me at my podcast on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is Repeat Movie Viewer. There hasn't been an episode for the past couple of weeks. I do apologize for that. Work has been screwing around with my schedule as of late, so it's kind of thrown things off a little bit. Whatever. But don't worry, there's a couple of episodes coming, and there's another JP's watch list on the way for all of you that have been watching that show, because quite frankly, that's the thing that's getting the most hits right now. So there's another one coming. There's plenty more to come as well. So keep an eye out for that.
It doesn't have the word psycho in it. People see psycho and go, "Oh, that dude's crazy."
Well, it goes without saying.
That's true.
You just look at this face, you think, "Fucking psycho."
Never mind. I'm not even going to repeat what went in my mind. Go
ahead,
Charles.
Repeat it. Come on.
No. Charles, promote your shit.
Facebook and YouTube, search The Charles Richardson Show. We plan to go ahead and get back to Wednesdays, 8 to 10 Eastern. In the meantime, you can go ahead and catch old shows on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And, of course, like the Charles Richardson Facebook page as well.
And not just the Josh Zodiac podcast, but myself, the Psycho, and my buddy Lord Scuba Cabra are doing a movie review podcast called The Real Movie Critics. We just did Scream 7, which drops the same time that this show drops. So give that a like, subscribe, and a follow, and hit that ring notification. That way you know when new shit drops. On the Real Movie Critics, we'll be doing a tribute review for the late great Robert Carradine, we'll be doing Revenge of the Nerds, a movie that will never be made again. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can find the Real Movie Critics on YouTube for the video and Spotify for the audio. And of course, with the Josh Zodiac podcast, you find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts for the audio, and YouTube for the video. Also follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, Josh Zodiac Pod. I will actually put that in the description below because I'm going to start promoting that as well. We also have a Facebook and a TikTok where we put our shorts, the video shorts, not psycho shorts, because that's just gross.
What's wrong with my shorts, motherfucker? What's wrong with my shorts?
No, never mind.
Shut up.
But for Sir Charles and the Psycho Nerd, I am the Josh Zodiac. This has been the Josh Zodiac podcast. We want to thank you for watching and or listening to the show. And remember, kids, in a world of Superman, be the Green Lantern. We'll see you next time.